Good evening. This is the 18 WJTS News. I'm Charlotte Olson. Officials with the city of Huntingburg say that a boil advisory is now in effect for customers along US 231 between Sunset and Maple Streets. All of Maple Street and Oak Street between US 231 and Maple Streets as well. Customers will be notified once the boil advisory has been lifted, and of course during this boil advisory, customers should boil water vigorously for 3 minutes prior to use. Do not use ice from household ice makers. Disinfect dishes and other food contact surfaces for at least 1 minute in the clean tap water that contains 1 teaspoonful of unscented household bleach per gallon of water, and also let water cool before drinking. Possible discolored water during the course of the boil advisory may likely be anticipated, and customers are advised to use caution when doing laundry during this time, although water used for hand washing or bathing does not generally require boiling. It is recommended that customers flush cold water lines before beginning laundry as well. Customers will be notified once the boil advisory has been lifted, and for more information, please contact Rachel Steckler at the Huntingburg City Hall at 812-683-2211 or email at rsteckler@huntingburg-in.gov. Last night, the Huntingburg Common Council and Utility Board had an open discussion amongst themselves and also presenters as they expressed their comments regarding land near East 22nd Street that is being considered by developers to place an access storage facility. Paul Lake, City of Huntingburg Planning Director, reflected on a public hearing with the Huntingburg Planning Commission that took place back on September 26th for a rezoning request by Silo Properties Access Storage. Lake says that the section being considered is east on 22nd Street, approximately 35 to 400 east, and 22nd Street on the south side of Huntingburg. The Planning Commission approved the request with a 6-3 vote. Lake spoke on concerns expressed by community members that were present at the September meeting and also public hearing. The Planning Commission, a recommendation of approval was for the rezoning of about 6¼ acres for the R1 to B2 heavy commercial category. Mayor Denny Spinner spoke to the developer and also representatives and engaged the council to ask questions and concerns regarding the rezoning property in question. Some of the comments from the council dealt with public concerns as they spoke of residents of the area and what their concerns might be. After hearing from the council and a public comment from Stephen Beck, the council then voted on the issue, which was then adopted. Mayor Marty Welp of Seifert Construction elaborates on the next steps that will be considered going forward with the amending of the ordinance.
Well, what we'll do is we'll go ahead into our drawing stage. So we're not just a storage company and not just an investment company. We also have a construction arm. So our ownership is Seifert Construction, and we are a design build contractor in the area. So we will do our own design work on this, and then we'll go for state submittals and building permits, and then develop a construction timeline from that point. We anticipate sometime next year.
Also discussed at the meeting was the appointment of Gary Meyer-Holtz as the city's new water superintendent. Spinner explains his qualification and also his experience.
Gary has taken great pride in all the roles that he has worked within the department, either through the distribution system or the water plant itself, and was a key leader for us this summer when we completed the Cured in Place project. Gary was the lead on that project and did an outstanding job of showing his leadership abilities, his ability to bring a project in and on time and under budget.
Spinner recalled the appointment of Jason Stamm as both the city's water and street department superintendent on a temporary basis, and says that Meyer-Holtz will be revalued in 90 days. Stamm recommended separate leadership and also recommended that Meyer-Holtz to be put into the position. Tuesday morning, the Jasper Board of Public Works approved part of a $50,000 contract with H.J. Umbaugh and Associates and also Barnes and Thurnberg LLP to complete an overview examination of the city's utilities. The $25,000 will cover half of the utility planning contract that is an extension of the Unified Development Ordinance adoption. The study will analyze utility service areas, cost sharing, and other practices. The $25,000 is for the study from the 2016 Economic Development Income Tax Funds, and the other half will come from the Utility Service Board's funds. The board is willing to cooperate on the project with the Utilities Board because the project focuses on to better serve Jasper citizens and also better manage the many developments happening in our city. The Jasper Utility Service Board will consider their portion in an upcoming meeting. Also on Tuesday morning, the board approved an update to the Jasper Police Department handbook that changes the uniforms for the telecommunications officers. Currently, telecommunications officers wear a uniform almost identical to that of police officers. The new uniforms will be a gray shirt and khaki pants so that telecommunications staff will be more easily identified from police officers. The board was reminded of a special meeting that is set for Thursday, October the 27th in City Hall to open bids for demolition of the final property along the intersection of 1st, 2nd, Jackson, and Main. The land is a flood mitigation area and the city has been working to acquire the properties. The board had to reschedule a special meeting because it cannot open bids for work on property it does not own. Officials with the Jasper Street Department say that they will begin their curbside loose leaf collection next Monday, October the 31st. They say, as in the past, the street department will attempt to collect residents' loose leaves on the same day as their trash pickup. Residents are asked to have their loose leaves in the gutter by 7 a.m. that day. Also, to have limbs, twigs, rocks, or other yard debris, they cannot be included in this loose leaf pile due to the potential for damage to city equipment. They want to assure residents that in the event that leaves are not picked up on the designated day due to heavy collection or any other unforeseen event, that they will be picked up as soon as possible. Also participating in loose leaf pickup is the City of Huntingburg Street Department, and they will begin their weekly loose leaf pickup next Monday, October the 31st as well for Huntingburg residents. Officials say that leaves must be collected and placed near the curb in order for the equipment to reach them. Leaves will be collected south of Highway 64 on Mondays and Tuesdays and north of Highway 64 on Wednesdays and Thursdays. As a reminder, leaves will not be picked up prior to October 31st. Residents are asked to avoid placing piles of leaves on the street before pickup, beginning in order to avoid clogging and damage of storm drains. For more information, contact Rachel Steckler at 812-683-2211 or by email at rsteckler@huntingburg-in.gov. The Pints for Paws benefit will be held from noon until 6 p.m. this Saturday, October 29th at Hettinger Beverage Distributing along South Newton Street in Jasper. Folks planning to attend are asked to leave their personal dogs at home, however. Danny Leager, Channing, and also Quinn and Elena Royal will be featured. There will be live music, food booths, 20 beers on tap, and of course, adoptable dogs. Admission is $20 per person, which includes 3 beer samplings for those ages 21 and older. Children under the age of 10 are free, and participants may bring lawn chairs and also blankets. Redstone Car Service will offer free rides home from the event, and proceeds will benefit the DuBois County Humane Society. Make sure to keep it right here, because up next, we'll take a look at your weather summary.